I'd like to talk about the movie I went to see the last week. It's Dear Evan Hansen. This is the movie that made maybe a couple of years later from the Tony winning musical. And Ben Platt played the main character, Evan Hansen. And so I didn't have a chance to see the original or the Broadway musicals or anything. But I got to know their CDs and so forth, music and everything. And I really like the Ben Platt's voice. He's a very good singer. And Ben Platt, I think, became popular from this, but he played also Book of Mormon, Elder Cunningham character, and I saw that on YouTube also, and so I really liked him, and but he's a Jewish kid and so forth, and so Evan Hansen is also Jewish, and in this movie, mother of Evan Hansen is played by Julianne Moore, and she was very good in it. And this particular musical or the movie itself has two characters. Connors is the other one. So they, both of them, I think, very strong existence there. They're kind of juxtaposed, and but it's something to do with teenage years, difficulty growing up, and lots of social pressures and everything, and so they struggle to be, I would say, happy in their life, and so I would say, not divulging much. I would say that Broadway musical, a stage musical itself, probably much better suited for this type of material, because at the theater you go to the theater and you kind of 100% concentration to watch this stage, and actors and actresses are very, very good singers, and so you enjoy that and the good songs and everything, and that's a very, very good experience. But if it becomes movie, it's completely different because of I would say that movie, I think that people expect more like entertaining quality to it as a story, as a main plot, and they don't like the more difficult the stories to listen to or whatever to watch. I don't think people like that. I think people get annoyed by just being shown as a difficult situation, and so I think I would say the stage theater is much more suited for this material. But anyway, so the writers of this particular musical, I think I have it here, Justin Paul and Benji Pasek. They're the couple who created La La Land a couple years ago, and that was a big movies. And so, that's very, very good music is in there. And Julianne Moore and Amy Adams plays mothers of each, Evan Hansen and Connor Murphy, and they are very, very good. And the actor who played the Connor Murphy is called Colton Ryan. I thought he was very, very good in there. I think as a character, I think very interesting character as well. And Colton Ryan is more or less like a better looking person and more popular type of person, except that he has a problem as well as a teenager. And so those teenage struggles in the high school setting is very, very, I would say it's American, because when I was in Japan, it's not like that. It's not like people are trying to be accepted or trying to be popular or something like that. I think that's the American thing. It's when I came to the U.S. and I noticed that there's a lots of different group of people, and they're kind of exclusive to the others because they want their own group. And if you don't belong to that group, you cannot get into the group. And that type of thing is, I think, only in the U.S. exists there. I'm not sure other countries exist. I don't think other countries more inclusive. I think I would say because people are more, homogeneous. The Japanese, for example, they're all Japanese mostly. But in the U.S., there's a lot of different the race and the culture and all these things existing there. So of course, there's more comfortable to belong to some kind of a group, and I think the U.S. is trying very hard to correct that kind of discriminations or exclusiveness or whatever, and they have a long way to come today. And the musical like this appeared at Broadway, trying to correct that type of pressure, especially today. Like you have a smartphone, and you have internet and all the social media, and I think that's putting lots of pressure. As of today, I was looking at the CNN, and there's some article about anorexia because of the Instagram. Instagram apparently trying to I don't know, that each people are trying to post their body or their figure, and doing a diet or whatever, the progress of the diet, and become more thin, and so anorexia become a huge problem in Instagram, and so I understand that type of culture exists today, and which is a bad thing. I mean, the Facebook and the social media kind of promote those pressure of the outside, even though you don't know any of those people face to face, but you get tremendous pressures in there. And so I think this particular dear Evan Hansen, I think Justin Paul, Benji Pasek realized that there's such problem there, and therefore should be addressed. And for that reason, I would recommend that everybody has to see this movie. As a movie, I understand it's not that popular today. I don't think there are not so many people go to see the movie. When I saw this movie at the theater, It's about 100 seats, a small the movie theater complex in the mountain. And I went to the Aria show, like at 4:30 in the evening. I bought a ticket and I went there. But I was the only one in the entire movies, sitting at the way back at the center, and I really enjoyed that. So anyway, that's my few cents of Dear Evan Hansen. If you haven't seen it, if you're a musical fan, you got to see this movie. If you haven't seen the musical itself, stage musical, and if you're a fan of the Ben Platt, you have to see this. Even though Ben Platt, when he did Broadway musical, he got the Tonys and everything, but he was much younger. And in this movie, a few years later, older person, I think he should be commended because he is a good singer and a good actor too. And Julianne Moore played their mother, and Amy Adams played their mother as well, for different people, and they are very, very good. Their acting is, I realized that this is the movie actresses, and it is important to in a movie you have to have a good actor, not just a belter, a big voice and everything, but you have to act. I think the movie is a completely different aspect of the emphasis. So I want you guys to see this movie if you have a chance. Okay, bye.